You're gonna go next, Paula. Let's have you. Now, watch Paula. We're gonna have Paula go, I don't know, 2-3 times. We're all gonna watch, and we're gonna think of something that we think might help you to be working on.
Ready? Heel.
There. Did you hear the chain on that one?
Yeah, it sounded pretty
That
good.
was so crisp.
Paula's been practicing. She looks like she's been practicing.
Doesn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so does
I'm
he.
not gonna say anything until we get to assess you. Okay, turn back around to us. Megan, I'll let you go first.
Her first correction was late, but the other
Bring
ones
him
were
to
right
Cat.
on.
Chelsea,
What?
your turn.
So the only critique I would say is, the only thing I noticed is she seemed to keep the same pace. That was the only thing I did. I mean, they looked really good,
Yeah.
and I think the only thing I would have done to challenge myself would be to vary the pace.
And we probably didn't give her much of a chance.
Right.
We only let you go 3 times, so very good.
There was a couple times when she turned the corner that it almost seemed a little late, but then
But she gave her a chance. She gave him, what's his name?
Finley.
She gave Finley a chance. And
You
yeah,
responded.
I agree. Catherine?
The only thing I saw was that the slip got out of position about halfway through, and that made her correction a lot less effective.
Totally. Totally. Your first correction, like I noticed it and I made it. That was great. I mentioned it because I thought it was such a good correction. It's probably the best correction I've seen you do yet. And it was super effective. And it pretty much set a tone, I think, for what was going to happen. I think you're right. I think it did slip down. And I think there was a couple that weren't as effective. And it ended up, it never allowed for it to go. What I really noticed was the first 2 times down, literally, the chain bounced. Like it was so loose around the dog, it just jingled all the way through. And as it did get out of position, you gave like I think 2 corrections that just weren't as effective as the first. Yeah, it was sloppy.
Yeah.
There was more drag on it,
Right.
and she's right. It's because it was out of position.
Even doing the same thing, I
Yeah.
feel it different, and I should have looked at him.
I think Chelsea's right. I think let's challenge Finley. I think Chelsea's right on a couple things. I think you've been practicing.
I practiced. You want to know the truth? I practiced in the last week only like once, but this is the truth. I
I
practiced
always
like
want the truth. Why would I
like
not want the truth?
5
No,
to
lie to
10
me.
minutes a day, some days.
Okay.
But and then we go down the road and they get further if they do better. They go to the mailbox and then they go
Okay.
down the road if they do better. And I shouldn't say that. There were a couple days I did take them even further. So, but
Well,
there's
I'm
less
not.
yet.
I'm not saying it has to be long sessions.
No,
I
but-
think
but my
shorter.
point
I think
is-
5-10 minutes
Didn't
is
take
better
much.
than 15-30.
Yeah, and I think I was thinking when I was watching Rochelle, you're used to Noble, and I'm used to him. Handle the naughty dog, you'll get faster. Cooper is really focusing on Cooper and practicing because my arm gets tired.
Yeah.
And I'm building the precise little muscle that does the corrections. And we've been trying this side with him so I can walk
Yeah.
too, also
Sure.
challenging that way.
And as you bring up a really nice point, you're developing some muscles.
I can tell
Literally.
when my arm is tired.
Yeah,
It's-
I did a puppy thing the other day, and I had a puppy for the first time in a while, and I held onto it a lot.
For like a
And
half hour.
My arms were really sore. It sounds ridiculous.
Cleaning the bathtub does that for me.
Yeah. So you use
Scrubbing the shower.
You're using a muscle differently than you're used to, and for the first while, that's part of why it didn't maybe work as effectively for a while.
It is.
Because it didn't feel normal, and the reason it didn't feel normal is the reason why you're sore. Because when you use a muscle new, it gets sore. When you use it but if you do it a few times, real quickly your body adjusts to that. So now all of a sudden you're feeling probably stronger physically to correct which makes your corrections better.
And then I don't have to do them as much, but
Yeah,
yes.
and it makes it more instinctive.
Yeah.
Because now you're getting to the point where your body is starting to overcome the struggles of it feeling awkward to it just starting to feel natural. It's getting to be a reflex for you. And so what I was going to say is, when you said someone's been practicing, I think someone's been practicing. And the reason I say it is not because the dog's getting better, because you look so much more confident doing it. You look like you know what you want to do, and then it happens. That's not rockets. Like that's not surprising. If I know what I'm going to do and I have done it a lot, I'll do it with little effort. And the results will be much better than the first time I've done something. It goes back to throwing left-handed. I look really silly throwing left-handed until I practice it for a couple days. Then it starts to look like maybe he's left-handed. Then if I kept doing it, it would look good eventually. So I like the idea of varying the pace that Chelsea brought up. So let's challenge it a little bit and speed it up, slow it down, maybe make some alternating turns. I've noticed, you know, we've turned right, we've turned right, we've turned right. Let's see if we can challenge.
Really? Cute.
That was a correction. Like that little was a correction, and he responded. I mean, I don't even think you tried to correct that one. It's just the space alone created the correction.
5, 6, and 7. All right, thank you.
Don't walk around him. Make him walk. Make him walk around you. There.
This, was it sitting?
No. We had it from the back study.
That one palette isn't having.
Look how his eyes are. Really
Oh,
watching.
like this one can't be up.
Exactly what we want.
Yeah, like don't think anything
There.
off of that.
That was a better turn. The only thing I'm going to say on that was on those are this is just something I don't think you've been working on. So this is what I would work on. When you come out, turn and go back. And so he moves around you instead of you around him. That's just my preference. You can say, hell, I don't want to do that. I'll walk around him. That's fine too. But I would work to go like this and like this. And so maybe it takes putting a piece of tape on the ground to walk. Maybe it takes a joint on a concrete slab. Something to guide you so that you turn on the line and the dog turns around you. That's the next thing I would work on with him. Because right now what you're doing is really nice. Really nice. Okay. You do Jack's.
Okay.
Now don't tell me you haven't been practicing, because I know you have. I watched him walking before. He looks better. He looked better already. Everybody watch, because we're going to critique the heck out of you.